Thank you. Marimbra, Ebo so na mintieno. Ebo, Marimbra so na mintieno.
Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Edika Maminchia, Mr. Alan Chamanton, Ghana's first independent president to be. And in the Hokafo, Mama Pat. Namincha Madame will be pa Philip Opokwajima. Juma Power body support Mr. Alan Chamanton. Philip Nyaminshira for Juma Power. All the nice designs you see. Billboards in Philip is the one behind it. He's doing marvelous work for Mr. Alan Chamanton. Mr. Speaker, it's difficult even to know where to start from. But you see, my more background. You see, there's a country called Ghana. 33 million people, approximately. Now, this country called Ghana is the leading producer of gold in Africa. In the world, it is the seventh. You know, you have 195 countries in the world and 54 countries in Africa. So it's the number one producer of gold in Africa, seventh in the world. Number two producer of cocoa in Africa, number two in the world. This country called Ghana. Bauxite, this country is number 3 in Africa, number 11th in the world. Manganese, this country is 3rd in Africa and 5th in the world. This country produces oil, 2nd in West Africa, 9th in Africa. This country produces salts, 2nd in Africa, salt. In fact, Ghana, Guinea, Senegal produce about 98% of African salt. So, and salt, you know, importance of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the industrial salt, for example. I mean, diamond. We are part of the 15 major countries producing diamonds in Africa. I'm saying this to say that this is a country we are in. So blessed. I'm just giving you a picture. So that, so because you need to juxtapose what the person has done, you know, with how blessed we are in terms of resources. So if you have all these resources, yet you are poor, then there's something wrong. Certainly there's something wrong. I've said it there. I'm yet to see an European country or even 50% of what we have in terms of resources. We have the human resource, we have the natural resource, we have the marine resource. I mean, everything we have, yet we are poor. So certainly there's something wrong. That is where we need to start from. So it is not about what the politicians say. It's about what we have and the potential are politicians who want to umber out. That is what is important. But with respect to the budget, you know, yesterday, I'm happy you said you listened to me. You see, my argument has always been there. And then I started to read the budget. I remember, Dr. Kosiboche, the time, so we read the budget. Nagana Funina Kosiboche read budget. Then Obia Pado could say, because Opodo would say budget, no who there. What do I have in the budget?
And those were the times I need regulating Yama prices.
Yes. So Obia, so anytime a budget, we'll read the budget, Biano. Obia no say no. Opodo would say Bibia, Oberman good news. And yet, just for the sake of it, we read the budget, keke. That you are pleased there, the budget is good. Economy, when you manage an economy, the benefits, the outcome of the management, you know, is what is important. It's not just about managing an economy, coming to talk about GDP and all that. What matters is that after talking all the talk, making all the noise, talking all the talks, what is important is that how does it affect the common or ordinary man on the street? That is the budget, because to the ordinary person, no, also anapa, or your salary. So, or 1 month or 1 month salary. So he spent his money within the month. The question is, per the budget and per the way I manage the economy over the years, you know, ordinary Ghanaian, a teacher, a nurse, a doctor, the police officer, the military officer, all your salary now, or make savings, or do not or the investment to be for the future now. That these are the critical questions. Now, businessman, you know, ni business now already, you know, otum bobusa at a cheaper interest rate, or they expand in the business. more profit. These are the critical questions. So it's not just about reading the budget. But if you look at all the things the minister said, yesterday I was so sad. I'm telling you. I was sad because I was thinking, so we have all these as a nation. Ya bobusa babamende ya kwa omoche India a good news.
You need to measure for
for that. So the question is, what have you done wronger? All these years, you are still struggling, a nation full of promise. The paradox is a nation so rich yet so poor. And you know, in Tasi, it's all about leadership problem. Your problem, your own leadership problem. Look at the macroeconomic environment, for example. Yesterday, I was making a point, and I will make a point here. Because of the nature of how the Africa economy is structured now, because of Africa Continental Free Trade Area, ABEI. In Siciliano, Ghana, I can easily go to South Africa to sell. I can easily go to Nigeria to sell. I can easily go to Ivory Coast to sell. So my competitors are not only those in Ghana. Somebody from Ivory Coast can also come and sell in my country. So you realize that cost of production, cost of doing business is so important. Because if I can be competitive on the international market out there, then my cost of business, cost of doing business, my cost of production should be very low. And what determines the cost of production? If you take the macroeconomic environment, the indicators, inflation. Yes, FA inflation, FA interest rate, FA exchange rate, FA taxes. That means no, I'm a businessman. Currently, in macroeconomic environment, I mean, Mr. Speaker, you know, I'm better say now the stabilization of the Ghana city.
Exactly.
This year, January, it was 11.9. January, it was 11.9. Almost 12. So if January to this time, now it is moving 15.5, 15.6, thereabout. Certainly there's something wrong. And this is at the back of the fact that one example, external coupons, you are not paying your debt. Even internal debt, you are not paying that much. And so if you are not paying your external debt, external and internal debt that much, let's say, we see the depreciator, then there's a problem. All these problems, the most important thing is, what is the way forward? NDC can make the argument, NPP can make the argument. The question is, what is the way forward?
For this country.
For this country. So far, NPP, apart from budget already, which doesn't contain any hope for the future, they have not one for BBR and Tua or Chede Damazi as at Tua Obama Ghana was sending you, because we need to transform this economy. We need to change the structure of the economy completely. Because you can't be doing the same thing and expect to get different results. That is why Yako IMF 17 times as a nation. So the question is, what is the way forward? Waka 4 months, almost 4 months to an election. MPP in far one manifesto. I'm not even talking about plan, just a manifesto, which is full of promises. They are not even able to promise us, probably because.
So, but they are telling you that Dr. Bawumia has given out a 33-point policy. I mean, or call UPS, so he gave you more than 70 policies. Not promising. Dr. Bawumia is telling you a lot of things. I mean, Obama flat rate port, okay? Obama, your friend is saying tax holiday. Arrears be and he's going to give you on a holiday. A bit clear, I started, okay, on the amnesty level. No, now I feel I started everything on a fresh note. Dr. Bawumia is telling you, sir, Obe build a credit based. I mean, system or Ghana Nibia bit me as a credit or the mining bank, minerals bank. I mean, a lot of issues, Dr. Bawumia Eboboso. So these are some of the major policies.
Mr. Speaker.
And I know, sir, you see Becca Bibra.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. Before assembly worker, what is it? Any about Fabanam? Let's say, as I was saying, Nazo, and you mon comudu ha, magic. Let's say, you do on the Sanja. Let's say, or the pub, baby, Kono Nikwane and Yawa. Next time, a catch and there. oh, just you, I mean, a mudu on my jar, upon over jar. On you and Zida. And some Mr. Dr. Baumia promises I will make in this country. Some of them for can or so. Okay, this particular one. As in I will digitize school feeding. Okay, we're another so. As we speak. In fact, okay, in 2 months' time, we will digitize school feeding. The process, everything, paperwork, everything has been done. And he was laughing. School feeding, as is school feeding mean digitized. I mean, I talk about Obia, if you Cape Coast, I catch you last time. Or begin at UCC. Okay, Cape Coast for the people of Cape Coast. We are building your airport and your harbor for you. Can you imagine? If you Cape Coast, come here there, harbor and airport to Cape Coast. So when people like that talk,
now we see for Mama.
Yes, but when people like that talk, Mr. Speaker, much time on I should endorse them.
Oh, then Mama over 12 minutes.
Oh, okay. So now no time no move fast. I say if so beat them no kasa. Mr. Anchamantin is not just talking. Unlike when this MPP they are talking so far. Obi Amfani manifesto mbe. Mr. Anchamantin has put together a plan to restructure Ghana's economy, to transform this economy. He's talking about transformation. Do you know that Mr. Anchamantin, when he was a con student at Legon, project work or yeah, do you know the title? Restructuring of Ghana's economy. Even in the 70s, when he was a student at Legon, at that time, he saw something wrong with Ghana's economy. So he proffered solutions.
Very well. May I say, Uncle Ebo, thank you for